Hello everyone, it's Pete, psychic medium, and we're going to be talking on ghosts, spirits and demons. This is part 2, so if you haven't watched part 1, I suggest that you watch part 1, and I'll put the link in the description so you can click onto the link so you can get onto the previous content that I produced to the channel. So in previous part 1 we talked about attachments and certain things. There's too much to cover to get them all into just 2 videos, but what I am going to do, like I said previously, is put them both and into each and every one separate categories, and so then we can go onto the channel and see and search for what you're looking for, or just go through one by one. So that's whether that's tarot, spirits, demons and so on. But for this second part, okay, so we're going to talk about those who are using dark witchcraft or going into the tarot cards by using dark tarot. Okay, so what I mean by that is the intention is key to everything that we set out to do. So if we set out to focus on the light, such as angels, guides, loved ones and so on, and we give that intention the biggest key and the main factor, we'll only attract from the light with the protection with Archangel Michael or whoever you use for your protection. If we focus on the dark side, such as going into the tarot with a negative mind in order to seek out dark influences or lower energies, you're going to attract those sorts of energies. Remember that tarot cards are a portal to the higher realms. It's a spiritual tool, okay, that people use, mediums use, psychics use, or even tarot readers. It's a divination tool to tap into the intuition, to help to guide with the intuition, to help to understand and to receive those messages. Now you also get people who read tarot cards who are just read by textbook, so to speak, and that's by going by what the book says and by sticking to the traditional meaning and not clearly using their intuition. Remember, when someone does the tarot, again this is a whole new video, but when someone does the tarot readings and they read from the book, that is someone else's interpretation. That's why I always recommend not to, fair enough, maybe get the basics and the understanding of the tarot, but not to interpret someone else's interpretation, because that's where your intuition ends, in my opinion. Remember, this is my opinion only. So some may use that and get brilliant readings, but if you read from the tarot and you're focusing on just the main one message, and you give 10 people different readings, you're gonna, one of them readings, 2-3 of them may match, may fit, but not necessarily, probably 1 out of all 10, and that's due because you're only going off what the book says. That's why it's important to master the intuition, to open up the abilities in a proper, safe way and a greater understanding before you just dive straight into it. Again, now going back onto the dark side of the tarot, and that's for those who are seeking out negative entities or just wanting to use the tarot to open up a portal. Remember that a tarot is a very sacred space for the tarot reader and also the sitter, and even if it's for own use or for your use and other people's use, if you have that positive mindset and that protection before you go ahead, and you also have that great understanding that it's not a toy, it's not just something you can just throw to one side or something you can just mess about with. It's as equally as dangerous, can be as dangerous as a Ouija board. It can also be very dangerous to bring negative attachments and also making out, again, same as the previous video, making out their loved ones or someone close, and instantaneously it's an attachment from the lower energy on the other side of the realm. So it's always important to always have that sacred mindset, that sacred space, and that positive intention, whether it's tarot cards, Ouija boards, whatever that is you're doing. If you're seeking out for the dark or for not so light energies, you're going to attract what it is you've set out to do. So remember, this can and will be dangerous, and maybe it may not happen straight away, but if you've got a negative mindset going into that, it will bring and attract. Remember, like attracts like, so what we send out there comes back to us. So the more you focus on the light, the more positive you'll bring, the more positive energy you will attract, and it will only come from the love and light. And that is a very important statement there. Many mediums will tell you the same. Now, going back into the dark side of the witchcraft, and again, I only talk through experience. I never speak from books. I never read and then read something in front of the video. I always bring what I feel's right, what I feel, and even my spirit guides, what they guide me to say. I never ever sit here and read as I'm talking, as you can see, and in previous videos. But what I do want to say is, for those who are going into the dark side of the witchcraft, remember there's witchcraft and then there's witchcraft. There's witchcraft negative, witchcraft light, and the witchcraft light I spoke about in the previous video about the positive intention. Remember, no matter, I keep going on about intention. Intention is key when it comes down to only attracting the light. Now, this isn't to say that negative energy can try and get through or try to break through that protection wall of barrier, or to break through those messages that you're trying to receive or give. But this is where the conditioned mindset through meditation does give you that understanding, and to recognize that energy when it's trying to invade in your sacred space. It's always important to meditate, to understand what spirit is, when spirit is near. Is it good energy? Is it not so good energy? And you must understand this, and this is the reason why meditation is key with spirituality, especially when you're opening up your awareness to the spiritual realms of existence. So just know that like attracts like, positive energy, and as long as you give that positive energy out there, you will attract that positive guidance back, whether it's from angels, guides, even loved ones. And for those who are on the other side of the fence, where they're trying to attract just to see if there's a spirit, just to see if there's a ghost, so to speak, which is more than likely an earthbound spirit. But again, people say that the houses are haunted, and yes, that does happen, but more times out of 10 it is either a loved one, again going into the previous video, an earthbound spirit, or again it could be a lost soul. It's not always a negative energy or an entity, so to speak, or something that is causing annoyance within the spirit world. Just remember that our loved ones pass over, and again they are trying to connect with us just as much as we try to connect with them, or should I say everyone who tries to connect with their loved one. Now, there is many other videos that I'm going to bring to the channel over how to remove spirits, how to connect, and to also guide spirits over. I'll be doing all kinds of videos such as that content, but for this video, this is just part 2, follow up from the part 1 that we talked about, and I hope this has given you that great sort of understanding that energy is real, the spirit world is real. Evidence has been shown in many cases, and this is why it doesn't so much annoy me, but it does pretty much try to go that way when I see people trying to just go out there and try and making out the spirits around them, and they're trying to get attack ghosts, or they're trying to get the spirits to harm them by saying harm me, or come and touch me, or push me down the stairs. That is one very serious way of approach when approaching the spirits. Okay, so for those paranormal investigators out there, okay, so I'd love to say more on that, but that's their journey. Leave them to it. Okay, if you're out there to try and just seek out that energy, then try and seek that guidance from just understanding, through knowledge, through gathering as much information as you can. Learn how to protect yourself and doing things in step by step, and in order not to where you run into trouble, because let me tell you, if you did, you wouldn't be so keen into just attracting the spirit world or the lower energies. For those who are seeking out for the dark side, that's your journey. Please yourself, as you have your free will. But the ones who are trying to only from the light and work with the light, then this video is for you, because again, this channel is for you. So if you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe. There will be lessons and understandings on how the spirit world connects with us, and there's many ways, more than one or two or three, but the understanding and the intention is key to everything that we set out to do. And if you've not got that positive mindset, or if for those who are feeling a little bit low within themselves or a little bit negative, again, that can attract a lower energy, such as demon, or such as a lower vibration in the spirit world, what hasn't crossed over, even an inhuman spirit there, that is unhuman spirit there, sorry, which is where the spirit has never lived on this earth plane of existence. Now that can bring very negative energies, okay, smells, sacred smells that are very distinctive, that are not so nice, okay. That's one of the key factors there of a lower, very low energy. So there's many other ways that they can attract and also come through, but that's just one of many, okay. Hearing negative voices in the mindset, hearing different things that is pushing you towards negativity. Maybe for some example, this is for some people, you may be drawn to dark witchcraft by looking at dark witches and understanding about how that works. Something's guiding you to do this, something's guiding you to try and follow those, okay. Why do we need to follow those? Why do we need to follow people such as dark witches or even light witches? If you be true to yourself and follow your belief and believe in yourself, you could be just as great as anyone else and have that equal opportunity there. There's no reason. Yes, we can understand the knowledge. Yes, we can understand how things work and the process of protection and everything else. But it's the inner self that already knows that knowledge. Just got to meditate, bring that guidance through, bring that unconditional love from the angels through, and guides that will guide you. So understanding the energy when negative energies are around us is important. You may, for example, you may be feeling happy for 1 second of the minute there of the day, and suddenly you start to feel anxious, very nervous, very anxiety's going on, bit maybe shaking, or for some unknown reason, and you're wondering why am I shaking, why am I so anxious when 5 seconds ago I was great. That could be the influence of a spirit. Now, not necessarily does that mean it's a lower attachment, okay, because if a spirit comes too close to your energy, which is the energy around you, it's the aura, the 7 layers of the aura with the chakras and everything else, and if they come too close, and it can be overwhelming, it can be where you feel a little bit, where your goosebumps on your arm, on the face, you may feel tingling, whatever that may be. There's steps further where you can ask for signs, ask for protection, which you should always protect yourself. And again, there's protection videos on my channel. If you haven't subscribed, or even if you haven't just viewed, have a look and check out those videos to protect yourself, and just ask, is this my energy, or is this someone in the spirit world? Is this someone close to me? And straight away, okay, you should feel and know if is a spirit around you. If you may not be aware of the spirit world, maybe you've not advanced as the next person, but you will get there if you keep that energy going, you keep trying and keep pushing yourself, but just have fun with it, but also take things serious as well on the other side. Try not to joke around. That's another key factor there, that can, by mocking the spirit world or by joking about devils or joking about lower energies, it's okay at the time for the joke, but if something happened, it wouldn't be so much of a joke, would it? So the big message is, take it as serious as your intention. So if your intention isn't serious, to be honest with yourself, to be open, then my advice is just stay away from what you're trying to achieve there, because you're not going to attract that positive energy. And if it is positive, it may be a fool, or should we say, yeah, fool is the word I'm trying to use there, is the fool trying to fool you in order to seek into that energy to bring forward. So the big message is, don't mess around with the other side. Don't mess around with Ouija boards for a laugh or for a joke with your friends or family, or tarot cards to see what you can see or what's going to happen, because eventually it will happen. And the message is, try not to do this. Okay, try to be sensible, be courageous, but also protect yourself. Have that belief in yourself, but always have that set positive mindset. If you think negative, you're going to attract negative. You think positive, you're going to attract positive. And this is the same how the spirit world works. You respect them, they'll respect you. And that's my final advice there. Okay, so the last message here is for those who are wondering. Sometimes you may be wondering, why am I feeling, again, going back into the anxiety side, why am I picking up this anxieties around this person who may be suffering from anxiety or from depression or whatever that is? Maybe there's spirits there. Maybe there's spirits around those people. This isn't to say they are, it's just an example, and it's just trying to give that advice on how, and the spirit world, the lower vibrations can affect people. They can bring that anxiety, they can. And if you do feel that, or you feel that there's something around you and you're not feeling comfortable with this, just close your eyes and just ask, please, can you leave my energy? Please back off my energy at once. And if it still doesn't feel right, okay, then just use the name, in God's name, or in Archangel Michael's name, or in Lord Jesus Christ, in the name of, can you please leave my energy field? Because demons and lower energies don't like the word God. They don't like the word light. They hate to be around people who are light, or who are doing the angels' work, or the light workers, or empaths, or anything to do with positivity. They hate this. They don't like it. So within that name, ask them to leave, and that should be enough. Okay, there's other ways you can achieve success by removing the spirits, which I will put into a next video, into another video in a separate link. Just know that the biggest tool of protection is yourself. If you believe in yourself and believe in your protection, you are protected. Just remember that intention is key. It's the biggest key. If you believe in that intention, it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger, and then it becomes your bubble of light that is surrounding around you. Okay folks, so that is part 2, and sending blessings to each and every one of you. This one, it was going to be roughly for about 20 minutes, that has been, so that's a great little bit of guidance and a bit more of understanding, is not to mess around with tarot cards if you don't know what you're doing, not to mess around with Ouija boards if you don't know what you're doing, not to mess around trying to seek out or to get a thrill. It will not come back in a positive way, I can assure you. Always focus on the positive, and remember to have that mindset that is strong. If you're not feeling too good, or you don't feel a little bit well, or even anxiety within yourself, try not to open up to the spirit world, or just at least until you feel a little bit better. That's my advice, okay? But again, if you're not understanding what you're doing, just stay completely clear. There is no need to seek out just for a thrill. That's not for everybody. That's for those who are trying to just to get a thrill, okay? It's like an understanding for yourself. You all have free will. This is just my opinion and my message to each and every one of you. Sending blessings. This is Pete, Psychic Medium. Remember, for those who haven't subscribed, feel free to hit that subscribe button, and remember to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy this, like you did the first part 1. And remember folks, there's about 70 to 80% watching this video who haven't subscribed already. Feel free to hit that subscribe button there, and let's make a difference. Till next time, have a blessed weekend ahead. Stay positive, and remember that intention is always key. Take care.